Hello and welcome physics students. I'd like to take this opportunity to give you just a quick instruction on how you can draw a circuit using schematic diagram figures. So first of all, in your reading, you should have discovered that there are certain symbols that we use for different components of a circuit. For example, if you have a wire, in real life it looks like this. We try to draw nice straight lines. We want our circuit diagrams to be very neat. And so you'll see here we have a wire. It's all curvy like in real life, but on our diagrams we have nice straight lines. We're going to be using batteries for this chapter. That would be direct current, DC, that's what that stands for, in the band AC/DC. Alternating current, direct current. So we've got a battery here. When you're drawing it, we don't ask you to be a wonderful artist. We instead ask you to just draw lines. You'll draw a longer line, which represents the positive end, and a shorter line, which represents the negative terminal of the battery. So both of those lines together represent one battery. Okay, so you'll draw that, and then you have lines coming out of it, which represent the wires that are connected to the battery. When we're drawing a bulb, there are multiple ways that you'll see that, but in your textbook it shows a little squiggly line with a circle around it that represents a light bulb. Sometimes in circuits you have what we call resistors, and you see just these jagged lines. Those represent something that opposes the flow of the current. And then finally, you also want to be able to represent a switch. A switch, in real life, it can look like this, or what you see on the wall. But basically what happens is you provide either a path for the current to flow, or you open that switch and the path is cut off. Do you see how if electricity was flowing through this wire, it would stop right there? It couldn't continue. So we use those symbols to draw circuit diagrams. Just so that you know, we'll talk more about this in detail later. There are two types that we really focus on: series circuits, where all of the bulbs are connected in a straight line like that, one right after the other. In a parallel circuit, you have multiple wires, multiple paths. Okay, that's just to let you see that right away. You don't have to worry about that for now, though. What you do need to know is that when we have switches, a switch that's open does not allow the current to flow. A switch that is closed does allow the current to flow. So if you close the switch, the light bulb will burn. If you open the switch, the light bulb does not have any current. Therefore, the current will not flow. There will be no light. If it is complete, it can flow. Okay, some other symbols, these are just slightly different than what you saw before. Just to reiterate, the short sign on the power source or the battery represents the negative side, and the plus represents the positive side. Okay, and let's see. Another table showing different parts of a circuit diagram. We have wires, open switch, closed switch, resistor, a single cell, that would be one battery, or double cell battery, so that might be two connected together. You can see the difference there. If you have a power pack, sometimes it's drawn this way. In the next section, you'll be reading about ammeters and voltmeters. This is how you would draw an ammeter in the circuit, and this is how you would draw a voltmeter. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you've ever worked with Christmas lights, you probably know about the need for a fuse. This is how we draw a fuse. And as I said, there are multiple ways to draw a light bulb. So what I want you to do right now is grab a sheet of paper. It could be computer paper, notebook paper, whatever. Just grab a sheet of paper and fold it in four. Fold it down the middle and down the middle again, and then open it back up. I want you to pause this video, and I want you to take these pictures and turn them into schematic diagrams. Now remember that I told you, when we draw schematic diagrams, our drawings should be nice, neat, straight lines like this one. Okay, you're not going to be drawing curvy lines. You're not going to draw a picture of a battery. Instead, you'll draw the symbol. I'm not asking you to be an artist. I'm asking you to be an electrical engineer for this point. Now, I don't want you to necessarily label series versus parallel. That can be an extra option if you know the difference, but don't worry about that if you don't. After you've drawn those, go ahead and take a picture and upload it and turn it in on Teams as this assignment. Okay? If you have questions, you can always message your teacher on Remind how to draw these circuits as a circuit diagram using only the symbols. Okay, good luck.